Yo, what is going on, guys? Today we are doing a little bit of a crafting video with the new Necropolis mechanic. I am making the battered foil that is commonly used for Craft of Detonate Dead builds. That's what I'm playing. I crafted this on stream yesterday, and basically got questions right away of how did I craft this, how to make this, whatever. Thought we'd do a quick video. It's super easy to do. It's probably one of the simplest crafts you're going to do with Necropolis, and I kind of want to put those videos out there, especially for a popular build like this one, make sure that that content's available. So this is the simple version of this craft. You kind of like this kind of content and want to see more crafting videos, we're going to do a ton of crafting in Necropolis League, of course. So make sure to click subscribe, like down below, and Twitch link down below as well too. Make sure to check that out as we're doing a lot of crafting and corpse farming on stream. Having fun with the boys. Anyways, this battered foil is the base that we use, of course. Super common. These are very expensive beginning of the league, pre-buff to Necropolis crafting. Now they're pretty cheap because you can Necropolis craft this super easily. Just want to talk about the base real quick of what we're trying to go for. The three biggest things we can go for very, very easily are the suffixes. So we're looking at critical strike multiplier, critical strike chance, and attack speed. After that, we're just trying to leave an open prefix so we can craft hits can't be evaded, and you basically have your weapon. In a higher version of this craft, you go for something like I have here, where you have 2 elemental damages, preferably cold and lightning, so you can inflict chill and shock. But just for the simple version of this, it doesn't use any expensive corpses, doesn't use a lot of corpses. We're talking just getting the suffixes done, and then hoping the best for the prefixes, just leaving one open for hits can't be evaded. That being said, like any good crafting league, this all starts in Craft of Exile. So, I'm gonna bring that open. So this is Craft of Exile. Basically how you do this is you click on, go through your home screen, where you're going to one-handed weapons, and then there's a graveyard button. Click on here, and you can start applying your weights. So I want to talk quick a little bit Craft of Exile on this. This is probably the only time I talk about Craft of Exile, just how to use it in general. The compute best selection and quick suggest do exist. It will give you suggestions. It will use all 88 graves though. I don't want to use all 88 graves. I'm not that kind of a crafter. So I want to do as simple as craft as possible. So I just went through and hand selected these, try to get the weights correctly. As you can see for this craft, we're going to use 20 of our 88 graves. Down below, we have all the usual stuff from Craft of Exile. With our weights applied, I'll talk about those real quick, but you can see that we got like times 16 on attack speed, crit chance, and then minus like 0.25 scarcer multipliers on a lot of other things. So on average, this will take 2 tries to just hit the suffixes and leave prefix open. We'll talk about that. If we want to generate a couple sample items, we'll kind of see what we go through here. If you want to take a screenshot of what kind of corpses I'm using, you can basically use what's up here. But I'll go over them in general when we look in our graveyard as well. So you see, did one sample, hit our crit attack speed, generate another one, attack speed, crit. It's pretty good odds for a 20 corpse craft, getting exactly what we want. So let's talk about the craft exactly and what we want to do with this. So I'm going to start in the top corner. You can put them anywhere you want. I just tried to keep them compiled so I can explain it better. I put all of our increases up here. We're using 3 increased critical modifiers and 3 increased speed modifiers for 1500% increased of each. This is the crux of our craft. These are the ones we want the most. They have the increased chance. Next up, we have 6 of these plus 5% to quality up to 30%. We want to get to 30% because ideally I think this build would use the enchantment for area of effect, which has a plus 1% per area of effect per 4% quality, which means 28. It tops out at 28, so we need to get to 30. We have 6 of these to get to 30%. And then we have mod tier. Mod tier is an interesting one. If you don't know how it works, basically mod tier starts eliminating the lower levels of the mod tier. So we get, in this particular craft, but for the simple version, I'm going for at least tier 2. So this sword will roll tier 2 or tier 1 mods at 400 modifier tier rating. Plus 50, we need to get to 400, so there's 8 of them. If you want to guarantee all tier 1s, you need to get to 900 modifier tier, or 18 of these corpses. You can also use meta mod crafting, meta corpses to manipulate these numbers even more differently. Again, this is a simple craft, we're not kind of doing that. But for this simple craft, we're using 8 modifier tier ratings. And don't worry, all the corpses I've been talking about so far, all the corpses in this craft are actually, I bought them all, the ones that I needed after corpse farming for less than 10C. So it's a very, very cheap craft. I even just like corpse farming for an hour and then craft, and then buying what I needed. Alright. Then we talk about the scarcer multipliers. So scarcer is really nice. So we want to get rid of the stuff that we absolutely don't want. Get rid of the stuff that is going to make the weapon worse, or it's going to take away from the chance of getting the crit and attack speed, and then we also don't care about like the physical modifiers on the prefixes. We really want the elemental, and this is kind of going to help us do that. We're not bumping the elemental in this particular craft just because it's going to get a little bit wonky. But what we're going to block first is resistance. This is a must block. This is a lot of the suffix power. When I say block, it's not actually being blocked. It's just much less common. So we'll look at that in the Craft of Exile. We'll hit the craft button, what that actually means. So just beware when I say block, I mean very less likely. We're blocking mana, chaos, fizz, and attributes. Okay, that's it. That's all the corpses. It's 20 corpses. They're all laid out. I'm bring up Craft of Exile real quick, show you what that kind of looks like for mod percentages. The ones we're going for ended up on times 16. Very nice. You can see the little multiplier here. The ones we're blocking are at times 0.25. Blocking's way better than just keep raising the regular ones. You want to block and raise. You just like exponential scaling that way. It's more likely. You can see some of them didn't get touched at all. Unfortunately, a lot of these don't have tags. We don't want to lower attack because those are also part of our crit and our attack speed, so we can't lower attack. Damage, same thing. Life. And then over here we are blocking, basically we're blocking physical. We could block gem. Gem is one of the more expensive coffins actually, so gem, I have the list from PoE Ninja here of prices. Blocking gem or scarcer gem, it was up here right here, 140 C for a simple craft. I didn't think that was necessary. Again, we don't particularly care about the prefixes, just the elementals are nice. So we block the fizz, it's very cheap to block fizz. Block mana, also very cheap. So that's what we're gonna go with. Alright, so our graveyard set up, we're gonna go ahead and just do this simple craft. Dr. Undertake Airmore, we're gonna go, we're gonna go to the corpses, we're gonna click on craft. We're gonna read through, make sure we got what we want. We have 30% quality, 15% increased chance of speed, 15% increased chance of crit, scarcer fizz, scarcer chaos, scarcer mana, scarcer resistance, scarcer attributes, plus 400 mod tier, and then there is actually one that I forgot. This is why you always double check. So one more corpse that we need is +1 explicit modifier. We're gonna bury that. 21 corpses. 21 in a second here. We're back to our craft. Should be the same now. 30% quality, +1 explicit, increased speed, increased crit, less fizz, less chaos, less mana, less resist, less attribute, plus 100 mod tier, gets us their tier 2. Alright, perfect. Now we're gonna click on weapons. And we're gonna go one-handed sword. Battered foil is a very low base, so it's all the way at the bottom. Battered foil. Now, this is your last chance to make sure that you are at the right spot. So you make sure on this screen, check. Battered foil, yes, that's the base I want. Item rarity, rare, perfect. Item level, 81. For this craft, it just has to be 77 or higher to hit the tier 2 mods we want. And then explicit modifier is 5. If I didn't put that extra corpse in, this would be at 4. My base, all rares are at 4 modifiers. Putting the +1 explicit puts it at 5. In this particular craft, we don't want to go to 6 because we want to leave a prefix open so we can craft hits can't be evaded. So, battered foil, rare, 81, 5. I'm going to double check these quick one more time, make sure we're looking good. And then we're going to click exercise. Airmer's going to do his thing, and hopefully, it's like, I want to say it's like 90% chance we're going to hit the base that we want here. Perfect. This up. What do we got? Unfortunately, this did not hit. We did hit T1 attack speed, T2 crit chance, added fire, added lightning, open prefix. Did not hit crit multi. Pretty unlucky. You'll see if we go back to Craft of Exile. Odds of hitting stun is right here. Cannot be modified. Only way to do this is to add more to the craft. So if you want to make your chances even better, you just add more crit and add more attack speed corpses. Increase your chance. Regardless, this is still a very good weapon. Last step to this is we take it to our hideout. We have that open prefix still, as we mentioned. Right here, the crafting bench. Evaded. Craft. So, there's our weapon. It's a battered foil. We will look at hits can't be evaded, crit chance, attack speed. And you'll see that this is about a couple of divines for this weapon. That was an hour of farming corpses that was doing other stuff in anyways in the maps, and then buying a couple of 5C corpses to finish out the craft. So pretty good work. It's a weapon I would use even without the crit multi. I would run this again in another hour after farming corpses. If we go to Craft of Exile, you can see some of the more simulations. This is ideally what we'd be looking for. Dax speed, crit chance multi. We can do it again. Dax speed, crit. We just got pretty unlucky on that one. But other than that, this is basically exactly what we want to do. Multi, yeah, you see. It just comes up a lot. We got unlucky on that one. It's about average of 2 tries. So, simple craft, but that's how you do it. I'll leave that here. I'll go sell this for 2 divines before I post this video, so hopefully I can make some profit. But save your divines, just craft this item if you need it, and use Necropolis. It is incredibly powerful for what it can do. Other than that, make sure to click like, subscribe, comment down below how you've been liking the Necropolis League. I think the crafting is insane. I think we're just like touching the surface of what can be done with it as a community. So excited to see where we go from there. Other than that, I'll catch you guys next time. Have a great one. Bye.